Hi, welcome to the Dr. Im Show with special guest Professor Chang. And let's welcome Dr. Im herself. Today we'll be interviewing our two guests on obesity. Let's welcome Caitlin and Margot Chen. Making quite an entrance, I see. Hey guys, welcome.
Hi. Hello. Obesity is when you have too much body fat. Obesity is when a person has too much body fat. When you have too much fat in your body. So, obesity is when any human being weighs more than the normal standard. So, obesity would be being on the heavy side or being overweight. The problem with obesity is that it can give you either diabetes, or it can affect your joints and also your self-esteem because you don't feel that you fit in. So that's what I think is obesity.
I think nobody is obese because everybody is beautiful inside and out.
Obesity is an excess proportion of total body fat. A person is considered obese when his or her weight is 20% or more above normal weight. Morbid obesity means that a person is sufficiently overweight to severely interfere with health or normal function.
And the point is that you can't go anywhere these days without someone telling you how you might be able to become thinner. And yeah, partially it's because it's a really good way to sell people things because we're very conscious about our bodies. But it's also because Americans these days are getting fat. And not just fat, but obese. And it's happening really, really fast. And this is a map of the United States. Starting in 1980, because that's when the CDC started collecting data on obesity. It was about at 10%. And as time goes on, things start to get a little scary. And the whole country, but mostly focusing Mississippi. What is Mississippi doing? Stop doing that! You can see suddenly in the last 30 years, a lot of America has an average obesity rate above 30%. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything, but we're fat, and we're getting fatter. And it's not just Americans. We like to make fun of Americans, particularly for getting so rotund so quickly, but it's the whole world, really, or the whole developed world. We have 7 billion people on the earth right now. And a lot of people studying this think that 2.3 billion of them will be obese by 2015. Dang, that is a lot of obese people. And to be clear here, doctors don't go around hollering about how we need to lose weight because they're being paid off by the health foods industry. It's actually really bad for us. Carrying around a lot of extra body weight can kill you in many unpleasant ways, including our two favorite ways to die, heart disease and cancer, but also the new epidemic of type 2 diabetes. So being fat is objectively bad for you, but the question remains, how did it happen so quickly and why did it happen so quickly? So, what's going on?
Obesity becomes a problem when a person consumes more calories than he or she burns. For the most part, people who become obese eat too much and exercise too little. So describe your lifestyle for us.
Don't do much.
You wake up, you eat, you go to school, you eat, come back from school,
You eat.
then eat dinner,
Play my iPad.
play on my iPhone.
Yeah, I repeat.
You don't do much.
You guys ever get out and exercise?
We used to, but ever since we got our iPads and iPhones, like, we just don't want to anymore.
I don't have the energy to.
Yeah, as soon as we come home from eating, we just get so tired, we don't want to do anything.
Well, physical activity has become really non-existent in the lives of many Americans.
Chutney.
What are you kids doing on such a beautiful day? Mark, what are you doing? And why are you naked?
What food is your mom? I grew out of my laundry yesterday.
Caitlin! Why aren't you outside playing tennis? And isn't that like your second bag of chips? Were you eating hot Cheetos like 10 minutes ago?
Leave me alone! Just let me eat!
Stop nagging us, go away.
Oh. Okay.
Psychological factors influence eating habits. People eat in response to negative emotions such as boredom, sadness, or anger. About 30% of people who seek treatment for serious weight problems have difficulties with binge eating.
Caitlin, where are you? I'm here. Caitlin, what are you doing? I'm eating. You just ate, though. But I have other things to do on my to-do list. See? You need to know when to control yourself. Mark, come upstairs, urgent. Mark!
Coming!
Mark, it's been 5 minutes. Mark!
I'm coming!
Although genetics does play a role in determining a person's rate of metabolism and ability to keep weight off, it does not mean a person will be obese in adulthood.
Being obese can lead to serious health issues such as type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart attacks, high cholesterol, osteoarthritis, and sleep apnea. If ignored, these health issues can ultimately lead to death. In type 2 diabetes, fat, liver, and muscle cells do not respond to insulin. Insulin is needed to move blood sugar into cells. As a result of insulin resistance, blood sugar does not get into these cells to be stored for energy.
Generally, the diet of obese people involves high salt intake, leading to high cholesterol and hypertension. Poorly controlled high blood pressure can cause damage to blood vessels in the eye, thickening of the heart muscle, and heart attacks.
Hey Marco, got your blood results, and sorry to tell you, but you have type 2 diabetes.
Wait, how can that be?
Well, based on how you answered earlier, your diet seems to consist of a lot of sugar intake and a lot of salt. So, based on that, by your sugar intake, you would develop type 2 diabetes. You would experience insulin resistance. Basically your cells aren't getting the amount of sugar that they need, so they aren't able to store the energy.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Also, based on the salt intake, you accumulate a lot of cholesterol, and I'm also sorry to tell you that you have hypertension. If you don't change your lifestyle right now, you could be at risk of heart attack.
Okay, we're done.
Obesity can lead to osteoarthritis and sleep apnea. Osteoarthritis is when the bones become brittle and fragile from loss of tissue. Osteoarthritis due to obesity often occurs in the knees, hips, and the lower back.
Sleep apnea is a disorder characterized by a reduction or pause of breathing during sleep. Mark, which channel do you want to watch?
The food channel?
Okay. Oh, what is this?
After 6 months of deliberation, Judge Robert Sweet dismissed the lawsuit against McDonald's. The big reason? The two girls failed to show that eating McDonald's food was what caused their injuries. Interesting.
In only 30 days of eating nothing but McDonald's, I gained 24.5 pounds. My liver turned to fat, and my cholesterol shot up 65 points. My body fat percentage went from 11 to 18%, still below the national average of 22% for men and 30% for women. I nearly doubled my risk of coronary heart disease, making myself twice as likely to have heart failure. I felt depressed and exhausted most of the time, my mood swung on a dime, and my sex life was non-existent. I craved this food more and more when I ate it, and got massive headaches when I didn't. In my final blood test, many of my body functions showed signs of improvement, but the doctors were less than optimistic.
I would very, very much doubt that these numbers will return to normal.
Although it did drop, it was a small drop.
If you kept on the diet indefinitely, I know that you'd probably develop coronary artery disease.
Inflammation and hardening of the liver.
Should people eat fast food?
No. You know this, the answer is no.
It certainly needs to be very restricted and balanced with overall a healthy diet and overall a lot of exercise.
And there's no reason whatsoever why fast food has to be so disgusting. Fast food can be nutritious.
It's a cheap form of food, and it does keep you full for a while, so you get your money's worth. But unfortunately, you cause some major harm to your heart, your liver, your blood.
I wouldn't suggest you continue the diet for a year to check this out. I don't think it's appropriate or healthy, especially with what showed up with your liver.
For a year?
Right.
So I shouldn't eat this food for a year?
No, I don't think so.
You know, we see people who go on an alcohol binge and their numbers go up like crazy. But to go on, you know, a Mac attack, and they've got numbers to show that it attacks your liver too. I would never, honestly, I wouldn't have even thought about this, but it makes sense. Now that we have the data, it definitely makes sense.
To prevent obesity, you need to stay active, eat healthy foods, watch your weight, drink plenty of water, get regular medical checkups, and do not store junk food and soda.
Hi, Dr. Chang. Can we talk to you for a little bit? It's about my kids.
Oh yeah, sure. Have a seat. What seems to be the problem?
You see, my son has type 2 diabetes, right? And we kind of don't want that for our daughter. I don't want to turn out like your brother, Dr. Chang.
Well, if you want to try to stay healthy, what I would recommend first of all is just maybe getting 30 minutes of active exercise each day. You know, getting out, getting some fresh air, just running or swimming, anything really, as long as you're moving. Second part is what I would recommend is try to stay off the fast foods, because fast foods, they usually have a lot of fat, a lot of sodium, a lot of sugar in them. Even though they taste really good, they're really cheap, but they're really bad for you still. What I would recommend is maybe your mom could make you some more homemade meals, getting vegetables, getting protein, dairy, just having a well-balanced, rounded diet.
Thank you. Benefits of physical activity include controlling your body weight, strengthening your bones and muscles, improving your mental health and mood, and increasing your chances of living, and most importantly, obesity.
Obesity is not permanent, but it is up to you to make that change. Let's drop that body back, hey, let's drop that body back. Let's drop that body back, hey, let's drop that body back. Let's drop that body back, let's drop that body back, let's drop that body back.
I need to sit. I need food.
My mom told us we couldn't eat until after the show. Do you know what you're on TV for?
I don't care. I just want food.
Is it true you play Fruit Ninja?
Yes, I do.
Do you even eat fruits?
No.
I do. I eat a lot. I can tell.